Joining me in studio now is Rachel O'Brien of the University Maternity Hospital, also known as St Munchin's. And what we're going to talk about now is probably quite an upsetting topic for quite a lot of women and men out there as well. We're going to be talking about pregnancy and pregnancy loss. Now, you are looking to set up a charity. Can you tell me why you want to set up this charity?
I suppose just as a woman and as a mother myself, and secondary title would be as a midwife, I suppose I see an aspect where we can kind of have a way forward movement about raising awareness around pregnancy loss. Statistics show it's 1 in 4 women, and I feel like there's maybe a bit of a taboo about it, and it's about women opening up and saying, you know what, I suffered a loss and me too. And if it's not yourself, it can be your mother, it could be your daughter, it could be your aunt, your friend. So I feel it's a topic that touches everybody. So we're kind of just starting. I have 2 kids myself. There's previous loss as well that has been surrounding me in many different ways in my own personal life, and it kind of came across my path, and I was able to start maybe some fundraising and about let's moving this forward, about first developing with the hospital any services within the hospital that we can help with, having perspectives from both sides of the coin that we can just make improvements for women.
I think as well it's very important, I suppose, for women to know out there that, you know, as you said, 1 in 4, like that's a crazy figure. It's startling to think that there's that many women. So that just shows, walking around Limerick City right now, there is a majority of women who have either have lost a baby or have dealings with loss. So I suppose it's a way to get these women together, to support each other, to look after each other, to realise that they're in a caring environment where they have that support and they can all look after each other. And even if it's something like going for a coffee together and just being able to chat and know that they can chat in a comfortable space. Because I know for a lot of women it's quite, I suppose, it is quite hard because if they lose a baby, they'll always know someone or see someone that was at the same stage of pregnancy. So then they're walking around and they're seeing buggies and they're seeing newborns, and I suppose when they're in the hospital and they suffer loss, they're surrounded by newborn babies. So I imagine it's extremely difficult.
This is where the fundraiser has come into play. This is where we are hosting the table quiz on the 6th of October. It's a Sunday evening. I'm looking at it as a very positive event. I'm looking at about the city pulling together. We're about raising funds and putting them into improvements within the hospital, starting first and foremost, because I work with fabulous people and we do our best. And when women present, it's about making changes within the areas and the pathways they continue through to, if it's a simple coffee machine. I know that sounds really simple, but that's about where we try and aim things, like nice comfortable seating, nice lighting, artwork, very, very relevant, simple, that can have a massive impact on their journey through the hospital. So it's about, some women can present and it's very unplanned. They could be out somewhere and there's a reason why they need to present us quickly without stopping at home for anything. So it's about being equipped within inside the hospital that we can say, okay, we have these areas of comfort and we have these areas where we have things at hand that can help these women through the process without needing to send people out for things, or you know what I mean. So that's where I'm looking, that if the fundraiser snowballs, which I'm hoping, that the funds will go into stuff like that. And it's even reaching out to the city about sponsorships. If there's anybody out there, businesses, companies that want to reach out to me, they can. I'm actually going to give my personal email. It's rachandemily@gmail.com. So it's RACHANDEMILY@gmail.com. If they want to reach out to me about donating even a spot price or anything like that, and it'll all go towards these women.
But even just thinking there, you said when someone might present themselves very short notice, something like a brand new pyjamas, fluffy socks, toiletries, the basics. That's what sometimes it is, just the basics, to have them there in hand and to be in a space where they can feel a small bit of comfort in a very distressing time.
Exactly. So just that tiny element that can make the distressing time less painful.
Yeah.
And we are there to offer our support, our empathy, and kind of be with them. I'd like these women to know as well, like we are mothers as well that work out there. We've been affected, our colleagues, you know what I mean? So it's about knowing that they can come to us and we're totally like, offer whatever we can to them. And this is about the whole movement forward on it. Let's raise the awareness. Let's just put our hands up and say, you know what, I've suffered too. Me too, do you know? And it's not until you say it that women actually say, yeah, actually I've been there.
And then you can create kind of support groups and everything from this.
100%.
And now one thing we do want the help from the Limerick Post viewers is a name, because you haven't come up with a name yet for this, and you want something that just completely pulls it all together.
Yes. Brainstorming names, something that's very relevant, that isn't too insensitive. It needs to be thought about. Because, and it's about the support of women as well as their partners. Reaching out to everybody. I've noticed there's a lot of men affected as well, which is, it's something that you don't even think about. And I found from speaking with people, they deal with their grief later. Because their first and foremost is the woman and supporting their woman and making sure she's okay. They kind of bottle up a little bit. So it's later on. Now, I'm talking about, it can be much later on.
Could be months, could be years.
Yes.
Yeah, and grief is, there's no time limit on grief.
There's no time limit on it. So it's about, let's all pull together. Businesses, women, men, friends, colleagues, everything. Why not? Yeah, absolutely. Rachel, thank you so much for chatting to us in Limerick Post. And as I said, if you've got an idea for a name of this, please do comment below or drop an email. Can you remind us of your email address? rachandemily@gmail.com. Rachel O'Brien, thank you so much. Thank you.